Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I've had a few people tell me that either this is an interesting video topic or they themselves have succumbed to the temptation that is a guaranteed chance at somebody who is normally a 4.2% drop rate for the feature. And this is something that, when it comes to that classic phrase, the economy of the game, what do I mean when I say that besides just kind of wanting to be a meme? Well, that means that how you access resources in the game, for better or for worse, has changed. Now, normally when I say the economy of the game has changed forever, it's because something is new that is expensive, which means everything before it is cheaper. Think about how expensive Tier 4 Basic used to be. Heck, Tier 5 Basic. Now, when I look at the Rank Up store, I remember that it used to be $100 cash for 4,500 Tier 5 Basic Callus Fragments. That is $1,000 for one Tier 5 Basic, which means it would cost $2,000 to take a 5-star to max rank. People would look at you and think that's crazy, but back in the day when 5 stars were the best, that was the asking price. Now I can get a fully formed Tier 5 Basic for 30 units. Fully formed Tier 2 Alpha for 15 units. I can purchase Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic for a pretty decent price. And Tier 4 Basic are 10 units. This is as cheap as we have ever seen. So, the economy of the game evolves, leading some things to become cheaper while new things become more expensive. It reminds me of when car dealerships price their lot as cheap as they have all year because they want to make room for the new inventory. In the same way, we have seen multiple examples over the course of at least the U.S. economy, and I'm sure others out there, where you essentially say that there's a sale because we're getting rid of our inventory. But also, what happens if you give everybody a shot at something versus a guarantee? Well, Mama Bear, the aforementioned Mama Bear, has spent a good duration of this featured 6-star Hero Crystal run chasing and unsuccessfully grabbing Onslaught. And so I think she probably just assumed she'd never get him. And then we had the super convenient, highly tempting online Summoners Market offer pop up this week, where you can select the Mighty Hand bundle, the same early access bundle we saw months ago come back long after Onslaught has been in the game. Guaranteed 6-star Onslaught, 1,000 7-star shards, and 12 Onslaught crystals. Notice that these are not the Valiant crystals, because when he was an early access bundle, it was Paragon crystals, so they're the 4-star to 7-star. But it says with a rare chance at 5 to 7-star champions. And what's ironic about that is, of course, the new Valiant crystals have a guaranteed chance, not a rare chance, but a guaranteed chance at 5 to 7 stars, because 5 stars are the worst champions that you can do in the crystal. Overall, I am a huge believer that this is the genius way Kabam makes money. They get a champion hyped up. Maybe they'll even introduce them as a 7-star, like Onslaught is the Titan Crystal. And then one day, sort of like OG Iron Man after Raids showed how good he was as a Vanguard champion, you just have his early access bundle back. And suddenly, for a week, you're tempted to spend $100 you didn't know you needed to spend to guarantee yourself the 6-star. And you know, especially for somebody like Mama Bear, who maybe is fighting Onslaught in Battlegrounds but doesn't have her own Onslaught, and maybe she's got some rank up resources to take him at least to rank 4, if not rank 5, maybe even Ascension. If you guarantee $100 is way better of a long-term investment than not getting him in crystals. And certainly it's a better offer than buying crystal shards to not get him, because you have basically a 96% chance to not get him in the featured crystal. But all in all, Kabam is now milking the whales more than ever. And it makes sense. I'm not saying that as a criticism. I think it's smart for them to do that, especially if they handpick the best, the Bullseyes, the Onslaughts. And Bullseye's actually gone down in value some now that we've got the early access bundle, which will also come back, I guarantee, of our Negasonic Teenage Warhead. But for now, it's Onslaught that several of you have thought, wow, I can't believe it's back. And some people have said that because they bought it. Others have been tempted to. Either way, it's also an online purchase that's 7 days, I think, whereas the early access bundle of the in-game usually only lasts about 3 to 4 days. So everything is showing Kabam's genius of bringing these back. This is a sign of things to come.